right, my friends, well, welcome back to another episode of Land Stories Live. I am your host, Dave Deniston of Generation Family Properties, LLC, where our goal is to help hundreds of people like you own land. And most of all, we want to be able to tell your land story. Now, my friends, if you are watching this live, I have in back of me a featured property. And today we're not doing a giveaway, but if you're wondering where it is, I'll tell you right now, it is in Klamath County, Oregon. So stay tuned for that. I'll tell you more about this property. There's a really cool feature on it that I think you're going to be interested in or near it. Now, before we get to the property, it's important to me that we empower you with information. And so we're going to talk today about how to do a flood zone search and how to understand it. So definitely stay tuned for that. But first, we have, of course, a couple of bad dad jokes. All right. I don't trust the stairs. I really don't trust the stairs. Do you know why? Because they are always up to something. Boom, boom, boom. They're always up to something. All right. Here's the second one. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired. It was too tired. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Well, now let's get to talking about the topic for today, which is flood zones and where to go to check out that. So let me go ahead and screen share here with you, my friends. So where you can go, FEMA has a good site. You can just even Google it. FEMA flood maps, just like that. FEMA space flood space maps. And you'll get taken to this welcome center where it says, are you looking for a flood map? Enter an address, a place, or longitude, latitude coordinates. Now, as I've been playing around with this, I find the longitude and latitude coordinates are hard to get started here with. So what I'm going to do is I have pulled up a listing on my website. And on the website listing, you can go here, for example, and you can see at the top, this is near, it's actually Tiburon is where this one is. But if you typed in Cloudcroft, Otero County, New Mexico, so like Cloudcroft, New Mexico, you type that in the search bar there, and it'll take you to the city. Now here on the FEMA website, you can kind of see the map here. There's a yellow outline of the city of Cloudcroft. But where I actually suggest that you go is there's a little button. Once you pull something up, you do a search for a city, you can go to something that says go to NFHL Viewer, NFHL Viewer. You click on that, and that'll take you to an ArcGIS mapping system, which now I find it easier to type in the GPS coordinates. So here on our website listings, if you scroll down, there's a section that says property details. And on the property details, it'll show the subdivision, city, state, and then we have GPS coordinates. We try and get each corner listed. So right now, this is the northwest corner, for example. And so what you would do is you would grab that information right here, which says 32.6290, and then it has the degrees, and then north, and then a comma, 105.6758 degrees west. Northwest is the northwest corner. So if I grab that information and then I paste it here, what you're going to want to do is delete the N and delete the degrees and put a negative sign in front of the 105. So it should look like 32.6290, comma, negative 105.6758. So you got to finesse it just a little bit. And then you hit the magnifying glass. After you do, you get the area. And so here is this particular property. It's right here, right where this this search result is. And you can see that right in the immediate area of the property, there's no flooding, but not too far away, there is a flood zone A that is directly southwest of the property. And so it actually goes to the airport. So there's an airport nearby, really close to the property, just a small little regional personal airport that people could fly into. And you'll see the zone A goes across this whole thing. I'm guessing it must be like a seasonal creek or something that can have some information. And on the map, it says Zone A on it. There is a website here that, there you go, that talks about the different flood hazard zone designations and what they mean. So again, this particular property we have has no flood zone. It's not coded anything, but there is one not too far away. And so what each of those different things mean is the flood zone A, for example, here, it's basically saying that they're determined in some sort of flood insurance study, but they haven't done any hydraulic analysis. There's been no base flood plain elevations or depths, but you do have to buy mandatory flood insurance if you end up building in something that's in a zone A. So you have to be very careful about where you buy property, my friends, which is why we're covering this. We want to make sure that you're empowered with knowing, hey, is my property in a flood zone or not? And this is part of the due diligence that we do on properties. Generally, the zone AE is kind of a more likely flooding than zone A, I would say, based on everything I have read. I'm not a flood expert. And then zone AH is even worse, where average depths are 1 and 3 feet with flooding. So I pulled up another FEMA map here for another one of our properties, just to give you an idea. So here's our property down here. Here's a flood zone. Again, zone A side. This property is a zone X, meaning minimal zoning. You can see there's kind of some seasonal stuff. These ones got coded for whatever reason as being zone A, whereas these branches are not in some sort of runoff. So just be careful about where you buy property. Again, that's a zone A. Here's one that's in Destin, Florida. So you can see there's blue everywhere here, and it's zone AE rather than the zone A we were just looking at. You can see how much, excuse me, how much the flooding is likely to occur. And you can see there's houses here. So it doesn't stop you from building at all. You can live in a flood zone. It just means you have to get a special insurance, which certain places aren't. Like right here, this is not in a flood zone. The reason why I like to pick on Destin here is you have ocean on both sides. So you have beautiful white sand beaches here, but there's water on both sides here. So you're much more likely to get flooded. You could see how blue it is if you look up Destin, Florida, on a map. So again, this is just another way to empower you. You can look up a property and again, follow kind of the formatting that I was mentioning. And if you're clicking around, one of the things that I found as I've been clicking around on this map is the flood zone. Like you could see it as you get closer, but as you get farther away, it stops showing it. Also, you might need to click on a different space if you were looking a little further north, and then it'll start loading the data. So just be aware of where you need to click, because it'll stop showing the floodplains after a certain while. So play with this tool, check it out. Let me know if you have any questions about it, or if you have any property that's in a flood zone, or anything where we can tell you. All right, my friends. Well, that is that particular tool. Hope a good bit of education for you. The next thing that I want to do is tell you about this property. This is a gorgeous property that is in Klamath County, Oregon. And this property is near the town of Sprague River. So here's a little bit of a Google map here. You can see that behind the property, there's a seasonal stream. There's some rock features. The property line is about right here on the east side of the property. On the west side of the property is a road that is maintained by the county that goes right to it. This is a property that is not in an HOA. It's more an off-grid property, although there are some neighbors around. I think there's an electrical line that goes here on Moccasin Lane, just due south of the property. We scroll out here a little bit more. You can see there's quite a few streets, but not a lot of people. The further south you are in this area, there's more people. Where my property is up here, there's not a whole lot of folks. You can follow this street down, which is Sprague River Drive, which leads right to the Sprague River. So just a few miles away from the property is a gorgeous river. Let's see. 2.5 miles away. That's it to get to the Sprague River. So very close to the Sprague River. Love this area. As you can see, there's lots of trees through here. We have another property that's a little further north that's a little more up here. And you can see the trees look a little weird, and that's because a fire went through that area. Whereas where we own the property, which is further south, it was untouched by fire. So it's still nice and clean and lots of beautiful trees on it. The town of Sprague River is right here about 3 miles south of the property. You have Bonanza and Beatty not too far away. There's Beatty over here. About 30 minutes to the west is Chiloquin. If we wanted to find out how far Klamath Falls is away, that's about an hour, I think. Yep, almost exactly an hour to go to Klamath Falls. You can see you kind of make a circle here. So you're close to the lakes, you're close to rivers. Great area if you just want to get away and have some privacy. Of course, not too far from here is Crater Lake and Mount Scott. So beautiful area to go and see nature and enjoy our national parks. You notice here, not too far away, again, just a mile or two away from the property is National Forest. So there's BLM land, the Winema National Forest not too far away. You can see lots of green here again, just trees all over the place in this immediate area. So great place. A couple other things about it. This is actually 2 parcels that are side by side, 4.6 acres altogether. And we have some video on the property. Again, there's that Google Map link about it. You're not too high up in elevation, a little under 5,000 feet. We actually own 2 parcels here. So let me show you here some pictures of the property. So here on this property, there's lots of trees, nice evergreen trees. There's some really cool rocks right next door by that seasonal stream. So not on this property, but right next door, you have some cool views of this rock structure. See if I can show you the map here. So here is a plat map. We own 2 properties that are right by. I believe it is this one and this one, these 2 right here. And the rocks are kind of over here that we're looking at. So it's actually 2 parcels, again, this one and this one. Again, we kind of point the arrows out there. Some pictures of the property give you a better feel for it. There's that cool rock formation. Again, lots of trees. There's definitely some flat areas here where you could build on the property. Decent road access. Lots of green, some shrubs you might have to clear. There's the road that goes right by the property right there. So yeah, I love this area. It's pretty cool. You can see there's kind of birds that go out by that. And there's even, I think, an abandoned shack that someone had left that's not too far away, not on the property, but not too far away. And this property is one that doesn't have any utilities to it, so it's off grid. So you'd use septic for sewer, well or cistern for water, generator or solar or wind for utilities. And this property, we're looking for $749 down, which is $500 down and a $249 document fee. And then we're looking for $19,000 cash, or if you're doing owner financing, it's the $749 down and $299 a month. So definitely great property. One of the bigger properties you'll see in that area that has road access to it. There are other properties that are bigger, but they don't have road access to them quite often. So that's about the show for today, my friends. So hope you enjoyed the time that we had together. Hope you enjoyed the flood zone and learning about that. And it's definitely my honor to be here with you. Tune in every Monday at 11:30 a.m. Central and Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Central. And if you have a question about land, we would love to feature it here in the show. Send it to me at contact@genfamproperties.com, or you can submit them through Facebook. And again, make sure to check out all of our properties, www.genfamproperties.com. That's GENFAM properties.com. And if you are looking for land, it would be my honor to speak with you. If you want to speak with me directly, give me a call, 775-234-2058. Have a good one, my friends. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.